Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, welcome everyone. Happy Halloween week. This is the best week ever, and it's such a fun week for crafting. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Lynn Lilly. I'm a DIY and craft expert, and I'm excited to be here today with Tulip and Aleene's, two of my favorite products. I do a ton of crafts for them and a ton of crafts for Michael. So you may have seen me on either one of their platforms. But today is all about pumpkin decorating. So I've got 3 pumpkins for you to decorate today. And before we get started, I would love for you to pop in the chat, tell me where you're watching from, and we'll do some shout outs a little bit later. And if you haven't yet and want to, you can turn on your camera. I always love to see you. So if you do have your cameras on, feel free to wave to me now so I can say hello to you. I always love to see it. If you guys are crafting along too, feel free to post any of those questions you have. If you want to not post in the chat and send a direct question privately, you can send it to ask me questions. That's someone on my team who's sitting right next to me. All right, you guys ready? Here are the 3 pumpkins that we are making today. So we are going to start with our Day of the Dead pumpkin, and then we're going to do a black cat, which is super simple. And then last but not least, we are going to make a glow in the dark spiderweb pumpkin. And we're even going to turn the lights out at the end. So you got to stick around for that one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The products that we're going to be using today, I'm going to move my pumpkins off to the side here, and we'll switch up on top of it. Already at top down. I love it. Okay, so for our first pumpkin, we are doing this one. So our Day of the Dead one, we're going to be using our Tulip Slick Neon Dimensional Fabric Paint. And we're also going to be using our Aleene's Tacky Glue. I have 3 sizes here. They're all the same, but I always like to show when they come in a variety. We're going to use that to glue on our flowers at the end. Our glow in the dark that I have here, we'll save for our 3rd pumpkin. So I'm going to set that one aside. All right, we are using craft pumpkins today. So if you have been into a Michael's or been online, you've seen the craft pumpkins. This is the larger of the 2 options of craft pumpkins. It is the 9-inch. You can also get a 6.5-inch, which is the smaller ones that are about that big. Either one will work. So to get started, I went ahead and started drawing my design. So I'm going to flip it on over and you can see it slightly. I'll darken it in a second, but I always like to sketch out what I'm going to do, especially for the more intricate designs like I have here today. So I've got my mouth here and I'll darken that for you. Because we're going to cover this with the dimensional fabric paint, you're not going to be able to see these pencil lines. And it helps if you're a little bit nervous about creating a design. I always think sketching out first will help. All right, so I'm going to add some little swirlies that come off my mouth. And you want to be careful with your pencil. A dull pencil is a little bit better when you're working with the craft pumpkins, so you don't dent them. You don't have to use one that's super sharp. And you can always erase as well. So we do some little swirl lines off here. And then we're going to get started painting. That is the fun part. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyes. And I've got all of my paints lined up here. You can pick whatever color you want, but these neon ones, they don't glow in the dark, but they're so bright and fluorescent, they almost look like they do. So I'm going to start with a big dot in the center, which is going to be my eyes. And I'm going to leave my caps off over here as I start going. And I'm doing my pumpkin face up for you. You want to set yours on the table when you're doing it. It'll make it a little bit easier. And these are the slick ones. So they give you these nice fine lines, and they're also really easy to fill in. So we're going to draw some flower petals for the eyes. And of course, I'm giving you a guideline, right? You all can decide what you want to do. I'm here to inspire you, to give you some great ideas. And those of you that have used Tulip's dimensional fabric paint, AKA puffy paint, as we all called it when we were kids. You know you love it. Tell me if you have been a longtime lover of Tulip's dimensional fabric paint. Tell me in the comments. I remember my fondest memories of childhood is making what I call puffy paint t-shirts with Tulip dimensional fabric paint. It was my favorite thing to do. I absolutely loved it. All right, so I'm going to come back to my eyes in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and do my nose. And I always sometimes test my puffy paint out just to make sure that my valve is open. Doing an upside down heart for my nose. And while I'm doing that, Rosanna, do we have some shout outs and people we can say hello to?
Yeah, we have Lindsay from Buffalo, New York.
Hey, Lindsay from Buffalo, New York.
Janine from Texas.
Hey, Janine from Texas.
And Dania from Colorful, Colorado.
Hey, Dania from Colorful, Colorado. I have never heard of Colorful, Colorado. Is that a city or are you just saying it's colorful?
That's all she said.
Okay, well, I want to know if that is an actual city. Please tell us in the comments, because if it is, it sounds like somewhere I need to go. All right, so I am working on some dots here. I didn't pre-draw these dots, so they may not be perfect, but I'm going to do a circle of dots around my eyes. And what I found with doing these Day of the Dead looks is that adding simple things like dots, simple lines, swirls, make the design really fun, right? So these designs don't have to be hard. You can just add simple details. All right, so I'm going to take my green and I'm going to make what is going to be the line of my mouth. So I'm going to start at the end here. And I'm going to take my line and go straight through the teeth there. We'll come back to those in just a second. And then I'm going to add my swirls on each end. Who has been crafting for Halloween? Pop in the chat and tell me your favorite project that you have made so far for Halloween. And we'll do some shout outs in a little bit. I think my favorite project is always costumes. I love costumes. I'm a little behind this year on costume making for my daughters, but they're going to be mermaids this year. So, and hopefully I will get them done by Friday. That is the goal. All right. So we extended our mouth all the way out with these nice little swirly lines. And I'm going kind of fast. So you want to probably go a little bit slower. Do you have a question, Rosanna?
Daniel wanted to get back to you about Colorful, Colorado.
Oh, let's hear about Colorful, Colorado.
Colorful is not a city. The signs coming into the state say Colorful, Colorado because it's a beautiful place.
Ah, okay. So in case you guys didn't hear Rosanna, Colorful, Colorado is not a city, man. It should be. But she said when you come into the state of Colorado, it says welcome to Colorful, Colorado because it is so beautiful. Well, that's a great description because Colorado is absolutely beautiful. All right, we're going to finish off our teeth with some blue. Some blue. All right, and we're going to go right around the mouth here first. And then if you do go outside any of your pencil lines when you're doing this, wait for your puffy paint to dry. And then you can go back and erase. And depending on where you are, as far as dry time goes, it could take a few hours. It could take up to 24 hours. If it's a little bit more humid where you are, it may take longer, more humid in your house. But this is a fun craft to do, even if it's just the day before Halloween with the whole family, right? So I've got younger kids, so we love the no-carve pumpkins. All right, well, I've got my blue out. I'm going to go ahead and frame my face with dots. And then I'll show you on my final one, because I know we've got 3 to do today. I'll show you my final, all the additional details that I added in, but this is simple. So you could stick with as simple as I'm going here. And we did this really fast. Wait, what time is it? Oh yeah, we're in like 10 minutes. So this is a fast craft. If you're looking for some fun for the kids to do when they get home from school this week, this could be something fun. Pick up your supplies at Michael's. If you've got a question about the links to the supplies, you can always ask that. We'll post them in the chat, but you can always pop into the store and get them. All right, so I'm going to add just one more layer of dots. I could do this all night long. This to me is so relaxing. Even though this is something I loved as a kid, I still love it as an adult. You can make so many fun things. As you can see, this is great fabric paint, right? So we know it's washable after you use it, but you can also use it on other surfaces like we are today, on pumpkin, on wood. There's tons of different things you can do with it. All right, Rosanna, do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, Lauren from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania says that she has made a mad scientist craft with jars, plastic eyeballs, plastic spiders, glow-in-the-dark potions, layered density potions. It's been a blast.
Whoa, okay, so this Lauren from Pittsburgh made a mad scientist craft with a gazillion different potions and bottles and all sorts of things. That is pretty cool. I would love to see that. So I'm sure you got some stuff from Michael. So if you do share it on social media, use that hashtag, Make It With Michael, so we can check it out. All right, so very simple, right? We could keep adding. So if we wanted to, we could do more layers around the eyes, around the nose. We could do another layer around the head, but you guys get the point, right? So let's glue on the flowers on the top. So I've got an assortment of some faux flowers here. So these are all just different types of flowers. And these can be ones that you pick up now in the store, or maybe you have some that you've had laying around your craft room, right? So that's a good option for you. So what we're gonna do is I pulled off all the stems. So I'm gonna put a good amount of glue around the stem, and then we're gonna glue that to the stem of the pumpkin. And we're gonna glue these all around the top. So these aren't an absolute have to have, but I like them. I think it adds something fun. It gives our pumpkin a flower crown, which who doesn't love a flower crown, right? And so as we're doing it, I'm gonna kind of twirl mine around and fill in as I need to. And then we are almost done with pumpkin number 1. So what I love about this is it's such a fast and easy craft. All right, and you'll need to let your glue dry. So you guys get it. Let's pop back to the front camera. And I'm going to show you, I'll hand this off in 1 second. Let's pop back to the front. Okay, so you see that one. And then let me bring this one over. So they're cousins, right? Okay. So you can see we got a little bit more detailed on this one. Just did a few more layers. So it took me just like probably 5 more minutes to add to that. And that's it. That's pumpkin number 1. Do you guys like that one? I always like to know what you like. So feel free to pop in the chat and tell me if you like it. We're going to move on to pumpkin number 2, which is our black cat. So I'm going to hand this one off to Hope on my team to give me some room. Okay, so for this one, we're going to keep out our neon paints, and I'll show it. Let me show it to you first so you guys can see it, and then we'll pop back. So we're also going to need some pipe cleaners for this one, and we're going to need some construction paper for the ears, okay? So we can pop back to our top down, and we'll have our neon paints back. So I'm just going to keep all my lids off of these. And then we'll also have our tacky glue. So, because we'll need that to glue on our accessories for our cat. All right, so I have a black pumpkin here. This is again the 9-inch pumpkin. They sell black pumpkins at Michael's. If you can't find a black one for some reason, because these ones are super popular, you can always paint it. So Tulip has great brush on fabric paint that can also be used on pumpkins. So you could paint one black if you needed to. So give you some options. You could really paint a full pumpkin any color you want, which would be kind of fun. All right, so we are going to start. We're going to do some yellow eyes to get started. All right, so yellow eyes first. And I'm going to kind of eyeball them. You could draw them on first if you wanted with a pencil, but I'm going to see if I can do it without a pencil. Let's see. So we're going to draw our traditional shape. Look at how bright that yellow. I mean, it almost like looks like it's glowing in the dark itself, which is super cool. So we're going to do one eye there. And then I'm going to get my other eye. Let's see if I can get them pretty close real quick. Maybe a little off shape, but that's totally fine, right? It's Halloween. Okay, pretty close. All right, and then I'm going to draw out what is going to be the pupils before I fill in. So we'll leave that part open like that. Same thing over here, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flood the inside. And if you are a cake decorator or cookie decorator, using dimensional fabric paint is kind of the same when you fill in. It's almost like you're flooding a cookie. I joke that I got much better at cookie decorating because my skills went up with decorating with my dimensional fabric paint. So it could be good practice if you decide that you want to decorate cookies with frosting. You can practice with your puffy paint. Not on cookies, of course, but the skill is somewhat the same. All right, so while I fill these in, Rosanna, do you have any questions or any shout outs of costumes or crafts or fun stuff?
Yeah, we have Claire and Taryn from Wisconsin.
Hey, Claire and Taryn from Wisconsin.
And Priya from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey, Priya from Detroit, Michigan. All right. I'm going to fill in my last little eye right here. And then we will be done. And again, you're going to want to let this dry before you touch it. So depending on where you are, it could be a couple hours, could be 24 hours. And then we're going to use pink to do our nose and our mouth. So in between right here, we go ahead and draw an upside down triangle. Upside down. And if you need me to slow down, let me know. If anyone's crafting along with me and needs me to slow down, I am happy to. Remember, you can always watch the replay, YouTube 24 hours, michaels.com, about 48 hours. Okay, so we've got, go this way so you guys can see it. It's pretty easy, right? Now we're gonna put on our accessories. Okay, so I'm gonna set this one down for just a sec and we're gonna get some of our accessories. So I already cut out triangles for my ears. We're gonna glue them together. So I got 2 larger black triangles and then 2 smaller pink ones that will fit inside. And then we also need some pipe cleaners. So I cut down my pipe cleaners kind of about in half, and then I'm gonna trim them down even more, but I wanna have 6 handy, okay? And then we'll trim them down just a little bit more. And you could do your straight pipe cleaners. You could also curl them if you wanted to. So if you wanted your cat to have curly whiskers, you could curl them too. All right. Now we're going to get our tacky glue. All right. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my pink here. And when I'm working with like construction paper, I will spread it out. It doesn't have to be a ton, but what I like about this tacky glue, especially on like construction paper for kids crafts, is it doesn't soak through and wrinkle your paper. So it's really great. And it gets tacky super quick, which is nice. You don't have a long dry time for it. Right. And we're going to stick that on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold up the end of our ears. So we're going to just fold that in there because we need a platform to glue them to our pumpkin. Okay. So I'm going to fold up the end here, fold it up. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue on each end. And I'm going to do both of them at the same time so I can hold them on together. Okay. All right, so we've got glue on both, and then we can position them. Let's see if I can do it this way so you guys get a good full view. See if I'm coordinated enough. What do you guys think? All right, so I'm going to put them up a little bit just so they get a good enough platform to have space to catch the glue because this pumpkin is curved. All right, yeah. So you stick them on just like that. Now I'm going to set this one down for a second. What we're going to do for our pipe cleaners, we want to get them situated out. We're going to do 3 on either side. So we'll have 3 coming out, 1, 2, and 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side at a time, and then I'll show you guys what the final looks like. You'll have to hold these in place just a smidge longer, but I'm going to put these 3 right next to each other. Okay. And let's see if I might need a little glue. So I kind of want them to glue close to the end there together like that. And then I also have to have enough glue on the back side for them to stick to the pumpkin. So you want them to kind of stick together at the end there. And then let me flip my pumpkin up. We're also going to glue them right here. Okay. And this is going to dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to switch this out and show you one that I've got done because I have to hold this here for just a few minutes. So I'm going to switch this. Hope I'm going to hand you that one. And you can see what the puff paint looks like. Check it out. Ta-da! How fun does this black hat? This is another really, really easy one. A fun one that the whole family can do. Did you guys like that one? Again, tell me. I'm going to have you vote at the end to see which one is your fave before we end. But all right, okay, here we go. Here we go. So you guys can see from the front. You like it? Okay, we're moving on. This one's really fun, but I need to make some space for this one because we are going to be using our Tulip ColorShot Glow in the Dark. This is super cool. Now, what I'll tell you about this is you want to make sure you're in a well-ventilated room and that you do cover your table or your surface, all right? So I'm going to move some of my things aside for a second and put an extra layer of paper down for when I spray mine. All right, so I've got some extra paper. So you may want to do this like out in the garage, pop it outside, but I've got some extra paper here. And I'm going to take one of my pumpkins. So again, I've got my 9-inch white pumpkin here. See it, see it, see it. Okay, we can switch back to top down. All right, so you can see, let me get this close so you guys can see it. This is what the packaging looks like in case you have any questions. We'll post a link to it also in the chat as well. You want to make sure that you shake it. You shake it really good before you get started. And then hold it back. I like to hold it back about 8 inches, 8 to 12 inches. And then you want to spray in a sweeping motion. Okay. So again, you may get some overspray, right? So that's why we cover our table with some extra paper. And we do want to let this dry, right? So we've got, this one's in 2 parts. I've got one already sprayed that I did earlier that is dry that we'll move on to, but it's pretty much dry. It's clear. And then you'll get to see at the end it glow in the dark. But that's it. Spray it on. Let it dry before you move on to the next step, okay? So I'm going to set this one aside to dry, and then I'll pull out the one I did earlier. And you'll probably be able to see just a little bit. So it's got a slight glow in the dark color to it, okay? Slight glow in the dark color. And now we're going to decorate on top of that. And so I've got a tip for you at the end. So you wouldn't want to put this away because I would spray it twice. I sprayed it a base coat, and then I also sprayed it after I did all of my decorations one more time, just to make sure I got lots of color. All right, so we've got all of our neons back, and we're going to start by making a spider web. All right, so we're going to start at the base. You can do a spider web over the entire pumpkin if you wanted to, but we're just going to do the front for now, and I'm just going to be complete with some spiders. We are also going to put some googly eyes in our spiders, which is not required, but always fun. I think googly eyes always add some fun. All right, so come down as far as you want to the bottom. And I'm going kind of fast. So my lines aren't as straight as I would like them. You get more time. You can go a little bit slower. And if you, like I just did, accidentally lift up your hand, you can always go back and just fix that line, which is really nice. What I've also found is nice about using your dimensional fabric paint on a surface like a pumpkin, you've got some time. So if, for instance, you mess up, you can wipe it off really quick and start over. So which is nice. You can wipe it away. You got a second. So it's a little bit forgiving. All right, so we've got some lines here. We just did a few in the front. You can go around as much as you want. And then to make our web, I'm going to do some different colors. So we're going to start with blue, and be careful not to set your hand in the paint. We're going to go across with our blue. This is a funky glow in the dark spider web, which I like. And I don't like real spider webs. These are the only kinds that I like. We got lots of spiders in our yard, and I am terrified of all of them. So I prefer spiders in the form of craft projects versus real life. Okay. And I'm going to do 3 rows of blue. And while I'm doing that, Rosanna, do we have some shout outs?
Yeah, we have Jackie from California.
All right, we got Jackie from California. And if you guys haven't given me a shout out yet, please say hello to me. I'll ask you another question. What is your favorite Halloween candy? I want to know. Tell me. I could ask the biggest debate is if you like candy corn or not, but we'll ask. We know that's a big debate. I'll ask what your favorite Halloween candy is. All right. Yes, Rosanna, we got a question.
Yeah, Lauren wants to know how long it takes for the tulip to set.
Okay, so Lauren asked, how long does it take for the tulip to set? So that is a kind of multi-answer question. It depends on the humidity. Always, I like to say at first, because we all live in different places, anywhere from a couple hours to 24 hours. And if you are using it on fabric, you definitely at least want to wait 24 hours before you actually wear it or use it. But depending on if you're in a non-humid environment, this will be dry in a few hours. So, and it doesn't run. That's the nice part about this too, right? So you could make these, and even though they're still wet, you could set them out, right? You don't have to like put them up somewhere. You can set them out. The paint won't run. So that's the nice part. All right, I'm going to finish with one more green at the bottom. And then we're going to add some spiders. This is so simple. This is why I love these. They're so simple. Who likes easy crafts? I know this mama does. I like easy crafts for myself and for my kiddos. All right, so we're gonna go down one more. And then you know what? I feel like I need one more orange. So I could take one more orange if I had time. I could add one more line down there. And you can kind of design your web as you go. But check it out. All right, so now we're missing some spiders. You can choose what color you want your spiders to be. All right, so we used every color. We didn't use yellow. Okay, so we can add some yellow spiders then. What we're gonna do for our spiders is we're gonna do big circles. Okay, and I'm gonna make them pretty dimensional. And I'm doing them over my lines. Okay, and then so you guys can see that. And then we're gonna make some legs. So we know spiders have 8 legs. So this one's gonna be kind of crawling to the side. And you can make your spiders crawl in any way you want. And then we're going to add, while it's still wet, so it sticks, we're going to take a googly eye. We're going to pop a googly eye in there. This is not required, but something fun. Just adds another little dimension to it, right? So then we can do, we'll do a yellow one. This is the tough part about this, is not putting your fingers in it. So just watch where you put your fingers down. I need to always use my pinky finger to steady me when I'm working on doing finer lines and details. All right, Rosanna, do we have some shout outs or any questions?
Well, we have some candy favorites.
Oh, let's hear it.
So Lindsay from New York, she loves Babe Ruth.
Lindsay from New York loves Babe Ruth. A good choice. Man, that's been one of my favorites for a long time.
And Lauren from Pennsylvania says she loves Reese's Pieces.
Okay, Lauren from Pennsylvania loves Reese's Pieces. Do you know what I love? The Reese's Halloween pumpkins. Those are so good. Those are my favorite. I love this. I also love Paydays. Those are two of my favorites. All right, so I'm going to put another eye on here. And I'm going to show you one that is done. So I'm going to hand this one off to Hope. And I'm going to swap. So I got a bunch of spiders on this one. So then remember, I talked about a tip. So what I did with this guy is once it was dry. So once my puffy paint was dry, I just sprayed one more coat of my natural glow over it because I wanted to make sure that my neon glowed too. So once it's completely dry, that's just one more added thing you can do if you want it to really glow. All right, do you guys want to see it glow? Give us a second. We're going to turn off the lights. I think we stay on the top down camera. I think that might be the best to see it glow. We got a lot of lights in here so that you guys have a good view. So give us a minute. It's about to get dark. It's not dark outside yet. Wow. How cool is that? What do you guys think? Yo, my tie-dyed shirt is also glowing. This is a tulip tie-dyed shirt too, by the way. So how fun. Do you guys like it? I don't know if you do it glow in the dark. The crafts are so much fun for all ages. All right, I think we can flip the lights back on. Yeah? All right, so I am going to switch back. Let's switch back to the front and let's do a quick vote to see which one was your favorite. And then I got 3 other pumpkins to show you for some inspiration, for some fun. All right, so let me get my pumpkins back on out here so you guys can see them. I'm looking in the camera and it's opposite for me. So that's why I have a hard time placing them. All right, so let's see. We got, there we go. There we go. All right, so I want you guys to vote in the comments. Tell me which one was your favorite. Was it number 1, which was our Day of the Dead pumpkin? That was your favorite. Pumpkin number 1. Was it pumpkin number 2, which was our black cat? If that was your favorite, tell me pumpkin number 2. Or was it number 3, which was our glow in the dark spiderweb pumpkin? If that was your favorite, tell us. We're going to tally those real quick. Rosina's going to take those down. I want to show you 3 other pumpkins that I made with fun tulip products. So I've got this whole wall of pumpkins back here. If you follow me, you've seen the wall of pumpkins. All right, so let me show you this. These are galaxy pumpkins. This is the earth. We made these with the tulip soft brush on and then also some of the dimensional fabric paint. And here's a fun galaxy one. So we got galaxy. This also has some of the glitter. So the tulip brush on glitter is in this one as well. And then we use the glow. So we use the tulip glow dimensional fabric paint to make different constellations. And then here's another fun one, the moon. And we outlined, we outlined the moon too. So with some glow in the dark. So all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with tulip products. I love them. If you follow me, you already know that. Michael's loves them. There's tons of tulip products available at Michael's. All right, Rosanna, what does it look like the fave was?
Number 3.
Number 3. Number 3, the glow in the dark one. Yay. All right, I'm glad you guys liked that. It was really cool, right? All right, so if you are going to make some projects using tulip products, don't forget to share them. We'll put the hashtags for tulip and for Aleene, so we can't forget. This is the great tacky glue that you want to use for all your Halloween projects. Also available at Michael's. So tulip, hashtag tulip color crafts and hashtag Aleene's DIY, and then hashtag make it with Michael's and hashtag Michael's classes. All the hashtags to use so that we can see what you guys are making. All right, do you have any last minute questions or shout outs before I sign off?
No, we're all good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for crafting with me today. It has been a blast. Again, I'm Lynn Lilly, DIY and craft expert, and I'm so thankful to be here today with Tulip and Aleene. So y'all have a safe and happy Halloween, and I will see you soon. Bye, friends.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Just had a last minute request for saving the chat. Just going to wait like 3 seconds while they do that, and then we will say goodbye while that is happening.
Cool.
And we will see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.